Hi, I want to talk to everybody today about my door-to-door planning survey. I am Mike Matos. Um, I started in the insurance business when I was 19 years old. I responded to an ad in the newspaper for a local funeral home that was looking for a final expense agent and a pre-arrangement counselor. That was the very first introduction to the insurance business that I ever had. I went there and got my insurance license here in the state of Arkansas. And there was basically no training at all. They handed me some very thick phone books and said, go to work. That was back in 1999. Of course, a lot of waters went under the bridge since then. We've now have the do not call list and several things that have made it hard for agents to get out there and secure appointments. Um, I've been using the door-to-door survey since August. I uh, came up with the idea one day, brainstorming, thinking of ways that I could get some insurance appointments and make some sales without spending a truckload of money on mail out campaigns. So basically, I just want to share with you how I do this system. I've had several calls from people across the country wondering how I do things, so I just kind of put this video together for you guys. Basically, I go to a particular city, particular area. I will scout that area out. What I'm looking for is neighborhoods that I feel comfortable knocking or just kind of have a gut feeling. Sometimes I'll drive around a city and look for a gut feeling of a particular neighborhood that I can knock. I love trailer parks. I love apartment complexes. I love lower income areas. I have very good success in those areas. I talked to an agent in Nashville some time ago that was actually using this survey for higher end clients in some very wealthy neighborhoods, and he was selling annuities and some financial products, and he structured the survey that way, and it's working great for him as well. So I'm not going to say to stick with a lower income neighborhood. I'm just telling you how I do it, okay? I've knocked some higher end neighborhoods as well, and I have pretty good success as well. But I'll scout the area out, look for a good neighborhood that I feel real good about knocking, and I'll get out and I'll knock those doors. I think the first step in being successful in sales and being successful in prospecting and the very first thing in getting this survey to work for you is number one, you have to be positive. You have to feel good about yourself. And when you hit these streets, you need to hit the streets in a positive attitude. Feel good when you walk out of the house. Don't walk out discouraged and not feeling well. If you're having health problems, if you're not well that day, it's probably a good day not to knock on doors because your success probably isn't going to be that great. But that's why I scout the area, look for something that feels good to me. I feel good about it and I'm pumped about it, and then I think things go better for me. All right, so basically, what I do is I go up to the door in a particular neighborhood, and the only thing that I take with me, I have a clipboard, such as I'm showing you right here. Okay, and you don't have to get a clipboard like this, but what I like about it is it opens up. I can put a few contracts or some pens or something like that in there. um, I don't take a briefcase there. I don't take my computer. I don't take anything but just a few business cards in my shirt pocket, maybe a brochure or two in that clipboard. um, I leave everything else in the car. I'm not walking up to that door as an insurance agent at that moment. I am walking up there as a fact finder, and I'm going to that door as an individual that is taking a survey trying to gather information. So I will walk up to the door, I will knock on the door and say, "Hi, my name's Mike, and I'm in the area today. We're conducting a financial planning survey, wanting to see how people feel about planning for the future. And I was just wanting to know if I could ask a couple questions. It'll just take a minute or two, and they'll normally say yes. I have very few people that turn me away or say I don't have time or I'm not interested. It does happen, but probably 75 to 80% of the people that I actually catch at home and I knock on their door, 75 to 80% of those people allow me to do the survey. And so my first question is, how long have you lived in the Arkansas County area? I ask that question because I want to know how established that person is. I want to know, did they just move here? Um, kind of what their life's about. Um, are they settled? And then I ask them, what the size of their family is. Of course, I'm wanting to know, are they married? Do they have children? I'm thinking in my mind, if they're married, there's a possibility for a spouse rider or another insurance product altogether. If they have children, it may be some whole life policies on those children that you can write, or some children rider uh, policies. So there's a lot of different things that you can do. Then I'm going to ask them, do you have cemetery property? Basically, once again, I'm wanting to see, is that person thinking about the future? How well do they think about, dying, and how well do they think about death and planning for those things? What kind of planner are they? I want to get in front of people that are planners, because if I get in front of somebody that's a planner, then I can help them with my product and they will see the value of my product. If a person sees no value of life insurance or no value of annuities, then it's a little harder to close that sale. So I'm wanting to know, how do you think about death and dying? How do you think about planning for the future? And then another question that I'm going to ask them is, um, do they feel that they can leave their family too much life insurance? Probably 95% of the people say absolutely not. You can never have too much life insurance. Um, I ask another question: how do you feel about door to door insurance agents? And surprisingly, in my area, and this statistic may vary from area to area, but surprisingly in my area, um, probably 90% of the people say, I don't have a problem with a door to door insurance agent. They're trying to make a living like everybody else. Why do I ask that question? I'm trying to get an objection out of the way. I'm trying to get that customer to lower their guard and let them know, hey, I'm different from a door to door insurance agent. I am here trying to gather information and to try to help people to solve problems. I'm here to provide you with a solution to planning for the future. And then I ask another question: if you was going to purchase any type of financial product such as life or health insurance or an annuity, what would be your preferred method? Would you rather do it over the telephone or over the internet through the mail, or would you rather have an agent come out to your house? And surprisingly, a vast majority of the people that I talk to says that they want an agent to come to their home, or they want to meet with an agent in an office somewhere, but they prefer to do business face to face, which is helping me get to the final question. It's helping me close that sale because my client has already told me that uh, they think about the future. The client has already told me that they're a planner. The client has already told me that they're okay with somebody knocking on their door trying to sell them insurance. The prospective client has already told me that they prefer to meet with an agent face to face. Now, for those who say that they prefer to have do business over the telephone, that's why I have contracts with companies that allows me to do that as well. I can do that. um, but surprisingly, in my area, most of the people say that they want to see an agent face to face. And then I asked the question, do you feel that the purchase of life insurance is a wise choice, or do you think it's a waste of money? Very, very, very seldom, if ever. I don't think I've ever had anybody say that they feel like it's a waste of money. And then I'm going to get down to my last question that says, if you were to pass away today, how confident are you that your family would have the final expense of funds available within 2 or 3 days of your death? And they're going to tell me one of two things. They're going to say, I'm very confident, or they're going to say, I'm not confident at all. I love it when they say, I'm not confident at all. But regardless of what they say, I'm going to stick my hand in my pocket and I am going to get an insurance card, one of my business cards, and I'm going to hand that card to that client. And at that time, I am making a transition. At that time, I'm no longer a survey taker standing at the door, but now I am going to help you solve some problems. And I hand them the business card at that time, and I say, my name's Mike Matos. I'm an independent life and health insurance agent here in Arkansas. I don't just work for one company, I work for several companies. And what I try to do is I try to get you the best rate. And the best policy that meets your needs and the needs of your family. And even if they tell me that they've already have all their insurance taken care of, then I'll tell them, that I'm willing to help them do a policy review, look at their policy, make sure that they have adequate coverage, because a lot of people don't understand the coverage that they have. And a lot of people think they have something that they actually don't have. 90% of the time, whether they have coverage or not, sometimes they'll still let me come in and set an appointment. So basically, at that point, I'm going to give them that card, and I'm going to say, my name is Mike Matos. I'm an independent life and health insurance agent, and I'm going to be in the area on tomorrow. I've got an opening at 10 in the morning, or I've got another opening at 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Which one would work better for you? And I'll set that appointment. I have went out, knocked a neighborhood, and in just 2 or 3, 4 hours of knocking a few doors, I have set anywhere between 4 and 7 appointments for the next day. Now, something that I do, and I'm not saying that it wouldn't work for somebody else, if I go out on a Monday, I set those 4 or 7 appointments for Tuesday. I don't set any appointments for Wednesday or Thursday or Friday because I don't want them to forget that I'm coming. So I will set 4 to 7 appointments for Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I'll go back out and I'll door knock some more and set 4 to 7 appointments for Thursday. Then on Friday I would door knock again and set some appointments for Saturday. So that's kind of the way I work the system. Now, you're welcome to try to work it any way, that works good for you. Out of those 4 to 7 appointments, half of those are going to stick. So I'm actually going to get in, I'm going to see half of those. And I normally close between 50 and 70% of those that I actually get in to see. Now, I have a few times on occasion knock on a door, do a survey, and when I tell them who I am and what I do, I've had people say, well, can you give me a quote right now? Well, of course, I can give them a quote right now. I walk out, I say, give me just a moment. I go back to my car, I get my laptop, my information, and I come in, sit down with them, and I have wrote a few contracts that way as well. So I hope this maybe helps you guys out a little bit and explains to you how I do things. And if you have any questions, I welcome you all to shoot me an email at Mike Matos at insurance. That's all one word. Mikematos insurance at yahoo.com. I'd be happy to help you out in any way that I can. And my goal is to see you guys make as much money as you can out there in the field without having to spend a truckload of money on lead companies and paying for leads. Some of these lead companies are charging $25 a lead, and it's shared with 3 or 4 other insurance agents. To me, I've never understood that concept. If I'm going to pay $15 or $25 for a lead, I want it to be exclusive. And so this is an easy approach. It works. It's worked for me, and I know other agents that it's worked for us. And so get out there and make it happen. And I would love to hear about your success. Send me an email. Let me know how it works for you. Thank you. You guys have a wonderful day.